In 2019, a new player appeared in StarCraft 2. He would soon make a name for himself due to his playstyle, but his identity aroused even more curiosity than his results. Who is MaxPax and what is his story? Could it be the Prince of Denmark who is secretly playing StarCraft 2? Or is it a former StarCraft 2 player who is hiding his identity for unknown reasons? Let's get all the facts straight in this story. First of all, unlike in many other stories that I told on this channel, his appearance was met with a lot of attention. The thing is, MaxPax is not your usual player. In the era of macro-oriented playstyles and late-game matches, it felt like the game was fully explored by pro gamers. There were hardly any new build orders and strategies. At least everyone thought so, until MaxPax introduced his arsenal of gimmicks.
This guy's insane! It's the build! It's the build! The pylon build. This guy just bent my reality.
MaxPax somehow managed to invent a new build order that was very difficult to counter in PvT matchup. It was a mix of proxy gateway into a very good expansion with free bases, into Phoenix and Immortals and Disruptors. All of this seems like something that a gold player would do, and yet it worked on a very high level. After this build order had been discovered, Potting, one of the most accomplished Korean players, used it during GSL.
Hold on, it was... Oh, he's doing the MaxPax!
Yeah.
He's doing the MaxPax! Yes! Oh!
However, for MaxPax himself, the next 2 years were not so great. He earned his fame for his creativity, but he couldn't prove that he was a top competitor yet. As for his playstyle, it was revolving around many different cheeses and all-ins. He was probably the most aggressive Protoss player in Europe. The matches with him would usually mean a lot of proxies, rushes, and other unusual strategies. During the lockdowns and COVID period, MaxPax had a great opportunity to participate in many premier tournaments with the comfort of his own home. His results began to improve rapidly, and his playstyle was evolving too. Once a cheesy player, MaxPax is now recognized for his ability to play macro just as well as he executes his gimmicks. He became the formidable opponent. So now you have a clear picture of how skillful this guy is. He's often compared with Claymore Cyril, and he's also very young and talented. However, there is still one mystery left.
What does
MaxPax
look like?
The funny thing about MaxPax is that nobody has ever seen him in person. We don't know his surname, and we never even saw his photo or a webcam image. During official matches, he's usually depicted as a powerful zealot, or sometimes as a smoking hot young lady, or even as a cute bunny. Nobody knows who he really is and how he's playing offline. Here is the most intriguing detail. MaxPax's growth happened exactly during the lockdowns and online tournament period when nobody traveled to offline events. Every time there was an opportunity to play offline, he would cancel his invitation. And some people think that he could be somebody who actually had some previous experience in this game. The craziest theory about MaxPax is that it could be life. The infamous match fixer who was banned for lifetime. Craving to once again become a StarCraft 2 star, he created a new identity and began making money again. He can't reveal his identity because he'll be instantly banned, and as for legal issues, he can just send money to a friend in Denmark and thus circumvent any sanctions. Some people think it can also be Henry Cavill because he needs to make money after resigning from the next season of Netflix's Witcher. However, all these theories were debunked later, because we have a better fitting one and also some evidence that it's not a former pro, an AI or a Hollywood star. The most interesting one is that MaxPax is actually a member of the Danish royal family. This theory was further pushed by Hostem, who would sometimes make a joking reference.
Honestly, if I was the captain of this team, and I wasn't, I would have named it MaxPax and his Royal Guards, or just Royals, something like that, or the Prince of Denmark plus company. Something make sure that people know that there's some real royalty in this game.
This would explain why MaxPax doesn't want to reveal his identity and why he cancels any trips to foreign countries. Another interesting fact, MaxPax is also somewhat close to the age of the Prince Christian. The latter was born in October 2005, while MaxPax's birthday is July 2004. The age is very similar, and the Prince could have altered it a bit so it doesn't look too suspicious. But sadly, this theory is also not true. Even though we never saw MaxPax, we heard his voice multiple times, for example, here with Harstem, and you can compare his voice with the voice of the Prince.
This is not going too well. Okay, make a simulator. You should scout around his base. to check if it's fake proxy.
Jeg har selvfølgelig den dybeste sorg over, at det er 2 uskyldige liv, det er gået ud over, og det er meget, meget flot.
But he can still be a relative of the royal family, right? Okay, anyway, let's get to the last version, the most probable one, and that's that MaxPax just wants some privacy for his own reasons. It could also be connected with Danish law that doesn't allow to reveal minors, but MaxPax didn't mention it, as far as I remember. Whatever the reason is, I can confidently say that he is one of the most brilliant players in StarCraft 2, and my theory is that he could be building up the hype regarding his personality on purpose. Being famous is a good thing for a pro gamer, and MaxPax indeed draws a lot of attention because of this little secret. So not only did he invent a lot of new strategies and had high results, he also managed to build an intriguing reputation that brings a lot of curiosity to his persona. Now MaxPax is part of the Storm team, one of the leading North American organizations. His results in 2022 were not as high as people expected, but he keeps on improving. He also turned 18, so perhaps we'll see a lot of him in 2023. So, let me know in the comments which version of his identity you think is the most realistic one. And if you want to hear more stories about players with interesting reputation, check out this video about Idra. Have a nice day, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this.